Between 2018 and 2019, the coastal city of Takoradi in Ghana was shaken by the mysterious disappearances of 4 young women, Ruth Abaka, Priscilla Blessing Bentham, Ruth Love Quayson, and Priscilla Mansibia Karanchi. Their sudden abduction sent shockwaves through their families and the wider community, igniting a nationwide outcry and an intense search for answers. The first to vanish was Ruth Abaka, who disappeared after attending a church service in late July 2018. Her family immediately reported her missing, but initial investigations yielded no significant leads. Days turned into weeks, and the absence of Ruth left her family distraught, with the community rallying around them in fear and confusion. The anxiety only intensified when, in mid-August, Priscilla Blessing Bentham was reported missing. Her disappearance, so close in time to Ruth's, raised alarming suspicions that the girls might be connected by more than coincidence. By December 2018, the situation had escalated further. Ruth Love Quayson vanished in early December, followed shortly after by Priscilla Mansibia Karanchi. The families of the missing girls were devastated, overwhelmed by grief and uncertainty, and the city of Takoradi was gripped by fear. Parents warned their children to be vigilant, while neighbors and local authorities scrambled to gather any information that could lead to the girls' whereabouts. The government and law enforcement authorities quickly mobilized to investigate the disappearances. A special task force was formed, and resources were poured into the search. Despite these efforts, progress was slow. The girls' absence prompted a wave of media coverage, and social media campaigns spread across the country, with citizens demanding answers and the safe return of the young women. The case became a focal point for public outrage and concern over human trafficking, child protection, and the vulnerability of women and girls in Ghana. After months of investigation with limited results, a breakthrough came in early 2019. Samuel Udoetuk Wills, a Nigerian national residing in Ghana, was arrested in connection with the kidnappings. Upon questioning, he confessed to abducting the girls and claimed that they were still alive. The confession brought a glimmer of hope to the families and the public, who had been living in anguish for months. Relatives of the missing girls clung to the possibility that their daughters could be rescued alive, and law enforcement authorities intensified efforts to locate the victims based on Will's statements. However, the situation soon took a tragic turn. During searches of Will's residence, authorities uncovered human remains hidden in a septic tank on the property. DNA testing later confirmed that the remains belonged to the missing girls, confirming the worst fears of the families and the public. The revelation sent shockwaves throughout the nation, transforming the narrative from hope for rescue to profound grief and horror. Families mourned publicly, and the nation collectively grappled with the realization of the brutality involved. The legal proceedings that followed were complex and closely followed by the public. Samuel Udoetuk Wills, along with his accomplice John Aji, faced multiple charges, including kidnapping and murder. The trial exposed various challenges in the legal system, including delays, abandoned defense counsel, and procedural complications, but it ultimately culminated in a verdict that the public had long awaited. In March 2021, the Sekondi High Court delivered its judgment, convicting Wills and Aji on all counts related to the kidnapping and murder of the 4 girls. Both men were sentenced to death. The decision brought some measure of closure to the grieving families, though the magnitude of their loss remained immeasurable. The sentences also sparked wider debates in the country about the death penalty, justice, and whether such punishment could deter future crimes of similar nature. In the aftermath of the trial, the Takoradi kidnappings prompted deep reflection on societal and systemic issues. The case highlighted the vulnerabilities faced by women and girls, the dangers of human trafficking, and the critical need for community awareness and protective measures.